Hello champions, I hope your preparation is going in full swing. Now in this video, I have brought in three really important concepts for you from the LLP Act. Number one, about the accounts of the LLP, basically your statement of accounts in solvency, annual return, filing with ROC, audit of the accounts, all of that. Then compounding of offenses under the LLP Act, and finally the whistleblower concept. All the three are really important from the exam point of view, and whistleblower and compounding, these 2 points generally students skip most of the times. So that is why I've brought in these 3 points. Ensure you watch these 3 points patiently, watch them once in normal speed, watch them once, and try to learn it with the video itself and close. All right, that's it guys. The video starts right after this. See, this is very important. From here, a lot of MCQs are asked generally. We'll understand this part by part. There are totally 5 to 6 parts in this discussion, guys. Okay, we'll discuss one by one. In the first part, we're talking about the books of accounts. So, LLP will maintain proper books of accounts. First of all, these books of accounts will be maintained by the LLP for each year, for each financial year. The LLP can follow cash basis of accounting or accrual basis of accounting, doesn't matter. But if you remember, for company, we had learned only accrual basis of accounting, but LLP can maintain books in cash basis or accrual basis, doesn't matter, but it has to maintain books of accounts only in double entry system. Single entry not allowed. Okay, and where will the books of accounts be kept? Only at the registered office, no other place. Like for company, we say that books can be kept at RO or any other place which the board can decide. Here, no other place, only at the registered office, there only the books will be kept. So books of accounts, very simple discussion guys. Point number one, LLP shall maintain books of accounts for each financial year. Point number two, they will be as per the cash basis or accrual basis, but only on the basis of double entry system, and these books have to be kept at the registered office. Okay guys, now come to the second part, part B. In part B, see, in our first part we were talking about books of accounts. In the second part, we're talking about statement of accounts and solvency. Now, the LLP has to prepare something called as statement of accounts and solvency. This has to be prepared within 6 months from the end of the financial year. It has to be prepared. So, when does it have to be prepared? Within 6 months from the end of the financial year. So, if the financial year is ending on 31st March, then by 30th September, this statement of accounts and solvency has to be prepared. It has to be prepared as at the last day of the financial year. Like, for example, for financial year 24-25, okay, it will be prepared as on 31st March 25, but it has to be prepared before when? The preparation has to be completed by when? The preparation has to be completed within 6 months from the end of the financial year. So by 30th September 2025, we have to finish preparing it. It will contain details as on the end of the financial year, as on 31st March 25. This statement of accounts and solvency has to be signed by designated partners. All the designated partners have to sign it, and then it has to be also filed with the ROC. Simple guys. So in the second part, where we're talking about statement of accounts and solvency, here what are the points we have? Number one, it has to be filed with the it has to be prepared within 6 months from the end of the financial year. Number two, it will contain information as on the last day of the financial year. It has to be signed by all the designated partners. And point number four, it has to be filed with the ROC. Simple guys, this is about statement of accounts and solvency. Then comes the third part. The third part is about annual return. The company, Indian company, also has to prepare annual return. Foreign company also has to prepare annual return. LLP also has to prepare annual return. LLP's annual return also will be filed with the ROC. It has to be filed within 60 days from the end of the financial year. It has to be filed with the ROC. Now at this stage, I want to give you one small summary. For company, we say that annual return has to be filed with the ROC within 60 days from the AGM guys. Then for foreign company, we say that the annual return has to be filed with ROC New Delhi within 60 days from end of financial year. And now we're talking about annual return for LLP. For LLP also, it is to be filed within 60 days from the end of financial year. Understanding? Alright guys, so this is the third part, that annual return has to be filed with ROC. It has to be filed within 60 days of the end of the financial year. Then comes your fourth part. Your fourth part is about audit. Even in LLP also, the books of accounts have to be audited, but there are rules guys. Every LLP does not have to get the books of accounts audited. Which LLP has to get the audit done? There are separate rules and regulations, but they're not in our syllabus. We just have to remember that accounts will be audited as per the prescribed rules. Then comes your fifth point over here. Central government will prescribe accounting standards and auditing standards for LLPs also, as recommended by ICAI in consultation with NAFRA. That's it, guys. So there are only 5 points in this discussion. My first point is about books of accounts. That books of accounts have to be maintained by the LLP at the registered office. Cash basis or accrual basis doesn't matter. For each financial year, it has to be prepared double entry basis. Then the second point was about statement of accounts in solvency. It has to be prepared within 6 months from the end of the year, but it will be prepared as on 31st March of the year. Then it will be signed by all the designated partners, and even this has to be filed with ROC. Then annual return also has to be filed with ROC within 60 days of the end of the financial year. And then the accounts of LLP also have to be audited, but as per the prescribed rules. And lastly, accounting standards, auditing standards will be prescribed by the central government for LLP as well. So moving on now to the next concept, guys, we're going to be learning about compounding of offenses. Now there's one small problem when it comes to compounding of offenses, and the problem is that in our ICA study material, guys, they have not given the meaning of compounding. They have straight away given the process of compounding, and students also straight away start learning the whole process without understanding what is compounding even mean. And then it becomes a very difficult concept because you're mugging things up. But I'm not going to make you do that, guys. Come on, let's spend 2 minutes to understand what exactly is the meaning of compounding, and then I can bet you will feel like this is one of the easiest concepts. Okay, listen, I'll take you from the very basics. From the starting, I will take you. What does compounding even mean? This word compounding, if I have to give you one word to explain this word compounding, it is nothing but settling the matter. See, guys, I'll help you understand. Let's say there's a person. Let's call this person Mr. Green. Now, this person, Mr. Green, has done an offense. Okay, he has broken a rule. He has done an offense. There is clearly some non-compliance. There's a violation. And for this offense, if you see the punishment for this offense, as per the law, the punishment for this offense is fine only, which means there is no element of imprisonment involved. Okay, there's a person, Mr. Green. He has done an offense. This offense is punishable with fine only, and there is no imprisonment involved. Now, in an ideal situation, what will happen? I will drag this person to the court, guys. I will file a full-fledged case against him. The court will take its own sweet time to complete this whole case proceedings. And end of the day, one fine day, court will pass an order saying, Mr. Green, yes, you are guilty, you are convicted, come on, pay the fine. This is what will happen. But compounding is a shortcut. In compounding, what I do is, I am saying, in compounding, the law is saying, yes, I know, Mr. Green, you broke the rule. I know, Mr. Green, you did a non-compliance. But however, let's do a shortcut. Instead of prosecution in the court, instead of me filing a case against you in the court, you do one thing. Now itself, you pay something called as compounding fee. You pay something called as compounding fee now itself, and let's close the matter. Basically, let's not take the matter to the court. It's simply a shortcut. Are you understanding? So in compounding, it's nothing but settling the matter. There's a clear non-compliance, guys. Mr. Green has done a non-compliance. There is no doubt about that. Okay, there is an offense over here. That offense is punishable with fine only. Now, instead of me dragging you to the court, instead of it becoming a full-fledged case, we're having a shortcut over here, and the shortcut is that you can, we won't even go to the court. Let's settle the matter here itself. Let's close the matter here itself. Whatever is it, fine, you pay it as compounding fee, and let's close the matter. So what will this compounding fee, guys? It will be nothing but this fine. That only we will call as compounding fee. Okay. Now, how much compounding fee will be collected from Mr. Green? What is the minimum compounding fee and the maximum compounding fee? Same like this fine, guys. So whatever is a minimum fine, that will become the minimum compounding fee. Whatever is a maximum fine, that will become the maximum compounding fee. Okay. Now see, who has the power to do this compounding? What is the whole process of compounding? So what will happen is this person, Mr. Green, who has done the offense, okay, he will first of all make an application to ROC, requesting ROC that please I want to compound the offense. But ROC does not have the power to compound the offense. What ROC will do is ROC will forward a copy of that application along with his comments to the RD, either to the RD or some other officer not below the rank of RD, guys. Not below the rank of RD means same RD level or above RD level. Okay. So Green will make an application to ROC. ROC will forward the application along with his comments to the RD or any other officer not below the rank of RD as may be prescribed by the central government. Okay. Then RD or this other officer, as a case maybe, will pass a compounding order saying that yes, the offense is compounded. You can simply pay this compounding fee, and we are closing the matter. Okay. Once a compounding order is passed from this date, within 7 days itself, a copy of the compounding order has to be filed with the ROC. So this is the whole process of compounding, that who application is made to ROC, but the power to compound is with the RD only. Okay. And then come to one final point, one last point. Sometimes what happens is the case is not even started yet. Okay, the case has not even been instituted yet. Before the case is instituted itself, the compounding is done. In that case, the case will not, in that situation, the case will not even be filed. See guys, the whole compounding is done. Until then, the case is not even filed in the court. So compounding is done, case is not filed in the court. Now case will not be filed in the court because matter is closed, settled, compounding is done. But however, sometimes what happens is the case is already filed and the case is not over yet. The court has not passed the final order yet. The case is still going on. And while the case is going on, in that process, let's say compounding gets done. So in that case, the ROC will inform the court that like this compounding is done. So once the court is informed, the court will close the case and court will discharge the offender, and the case is closed. Alright guys, so this is the whole concept of compounding along with the process. You've more or less understood. Now come on, let's see the language of the subject. Let's see what are we going to write in the examination. Let's see if we follow or not. Oh, by the way, there's one more point. There's a nice limitation period concept, okay? Because see, what will happen is that this person, Mr. Green, don't you think he will relax a little bit now? He will think, okay, I will do the offense. By chance I get caught, I only have to pay fine. No going to the court, no lawyer fees, no legal expenses, nothing. I only have to pay the fine. It's okay. Let me keep doing the offense again and again. Mr. Green will get relaxed because of the compounding process. That is why we have a provision. We have a limitation period kind of a thing, guys, which says that once the offense is committed, now for the next 3 years, if Mr. Green does the same offense or similar offense once again, then no compounding again. In every 3 years, for one kind of offense, you can get compounding done only once. So once you do the offense, once the offense is compounded, for the next 3 years, if you do the same offense again it won't get compounded. Now full-fledged process will happen. We will take you to the court. The whole prosecution will happen as usual. But after 3 years, again you can do the same offense. Again we will compound for you. But during 3 years, once the offense is compounded, for 3 years period, if you do the same offense again, we will not be compounding it. Okay, now come on guys, let's begin. Let's have a look at the provisions. Let's see whether the language and all the provisions, whether we have covered or not. Point number 1 over here, who has the power to compound the offense? Guys, we learned about this, remember? Either the RD will compound the offense or any other officer, but not below the rank of RD. Okay, then what kind of offenses can be compounded? Which offense can be compounded? Only those offenses which are punished with fine only. Basically, there should be no element of imprisonment involved. Then comes the third point. Application for compounding you will make to whom, guys? The application will be made to the ROC only. Then ROC will forward the application along with his comments to the RD or any other officer not below the rank of RD. Then compounding fee will be collected. This compounding fee will be nothing but same as the minimum fine, maximum fine. In that same range only, the fine will be collected, just that we will call it as compounding fee. You understood that point also, we had covered it. Then compounding fee will be collected from whom? Obviously the person, Mr. Green in our example, the person who is suspected to have done the offense, he only will have to pay the compounding fee. Then once the offense is compounded, even this we learnt, ROC has to be informed about it within 7 days. Within 7 days of compounding, ROC has to be informed about it. Then the whole 3 years point, look at the diagram straight away, you will understand the 3 years point. Once the offense is compounded, from the date of compounding the offense, for the next 3 years, in these 3 years, if you do similar offense again, then you cannot get compounding done once again. But if you commit a similar offense after these 3 years, then it can be compounded again. Okay, then after this we had learned this provision as well. We had learned that if the offense is compounded before instituting the prosecution means what, guys? Case, court case. Before the case is filed in the court, if compounding is done, then for that offense, no prosecution will be initiated, no case will be filed. You recall, basically, if the compounding is done, see, I'll write it for you over here. If the compounding is done before the prosecution is initiated, before prosecution is initiated means what? Before prosecution is initiated means before the case is filed, before that itself, if compounding is done, then for that offense, no prosecution will be initiated, no case will be filed. Basically, the matter is closed now. So, no more cases will be filed for that particular matter. But however, if the offense is compounded after institution of prosecution, see guys, you should not get worried because of this word prosecution. Prosecution is nothing but filing a case in the court case, as simple as that. Just one big word we have for it, that's all. So if the offense is compounded after institution of the prosecution, which means the case has already been filed in the court, but the case is still pending. The case is not over yet, the case is still pending. And in that process, if the offense is getting compounded, then in that case, what happens? In that case, guys, the ROC, remember we learned this, ROC will simply inform the court about it. ROC will give a notice to the court about it, and the court will simply discharge the offender. So in case the offense is compounded before the case is filed, then case itself will not be filed for that particular offense, matter is closed. But however, if the case was already filed and the case is still pending, and now meanwhile in this process, if the offense is getting compounded, then the ROC will give a notice to the court and the court will discharge the offender. Simple, guys. Now come to this last part. This is something which we had not discussed in our initial part. Let's discuss it from over here. Before compounding the offense, there's one precondition, okay? See, it goes like this. Let's say some offense has been committed. What kind of an offense? Either LLP did not file the annual return, or the LLP did not file the annual accounts with the ROC, or let's say the LLP has not filed some document or some form with the ROC. That is the offense, okay? That is the offense which the LLP has committed. So before compounding the offense, the RD can ask that particular LLP's partner or designated partner or some employee of the LLP, see, your offense is what? That you have not filed the return, you have not filed the account, or you have not filed some document with the ROC. You do that filing now. Do the filing now, within prescribed time, do the filing now, and then I will compound the offense for you. But however, even though RD has given the instruction to do this filing, if the LLP is still not doing the filing, then in that case, no compounding. Instead, maximum fine for the offense will be 2 times the amount provided in the corresponding section. Understanding, guys? So this provision is saying that, listen, RD is giving you a chance to rectify your mistake. You better do the filing now. If you still don't do the filing, then forget about compounding. Punishment will become double. Punishment will become 2 times. Okay. Now come on everybody, let's move on to our next concept altogether, whistleblowing. Generally, students either skip this or they mug this up, because like compounding, the real meaning of whistleblowing is not explained in the study material. So either students don't understand what it means and hence they leave it, or they skip it. And that is why if you see, in Jan 2025 examination, one full-blown 5 marks question was asked from this small tiny para over here, guys. So therefore, listen to me very carefully. I'll try to explain to you from the very basics that what is the meaning of whistleblowing. Understand that first, and then we'll come to the provision. I'll help you understand this in the context of a cricket team, okay? Let us say there's a cricket team. Now in this cricket team, there are multiple members. Let's say one of the persons is Mr. Red. He's also a team member. Now one match is going on, cricket match is going on, and in that match, this team is doing solid match fixing. So what Mr. Red does, he's one of the team members. He knows about the match fixing, of course, because he's a part of the team. So this Mr. Red, he goes and complains to the umpire about it. He tells the umpire that, he gives full information to the umpire that full match fixing is going on over here. Because of that information, the umpire now sets some investigation, and it is concluded that yes, this team is guilty. Yes, there was match fixing happening over here. This team is found to be guilty, and this team is now banned for 2 years. The whole team is banned for 2 years, and each member is a team has to pay 10,000 rupees penalty. Okay, this is a situation in front of you. Now, don't you think the umpire was able to launch the investigation? The umpire was able to conclude that this team was guilty and punish the wrongdoers only because of the information which Red gave. So, because of the information that Red gave, don't you think we should reward Red in some manner? So, generally what happens is Red, this person who gave the information, we call him as the whistleblower, okay? And generally what happens is, to reward him for this information which he has given to the umpire, to reward him, we either reduce his penalty or we waive his penalty. Like, even he has to pay 10,000 rupees penalty, no, because even he is a part of the team. Every person in the team has to pay this. But we will either reduce his penalty or we will waive his penalty to indirectly thank him for providing this information. Okay. Now, one more thing, the last thing, there will be one more consequence. The captain of the team, don't you think the captain of the team will now try to remove Red? He will try to dismiss Red or remove Red or suspend Red, saying that Red, you are not loyal to the team. You went and complained about us. So the captain of the team, the management of the team, can they remove Red? Can they dismiss Red? Can they suspend Red? They can't. Even that is not allowed. Even that is mentioned in the act, that you can't punish this person for going and complaining about the team. Okay. Now the same concept, okay, what I just told you from the cricket point of view, same thing you think from the LLP's point of view now. See, if you think from the LLP's point of view, the insider will be a partner or an employee of the LLP. Like in the cricket example, the insider was this person, Mr. Red, who had information and he went and gave this information to the umpire. Similarly, in an LLP, the insider will be the partner or employee who has information about some fraud or some wrongdoing happening in the LLP, and he goes and gives that useful information during an investigation to the court or tribunal. Now, with the information given by Red, the umpire was able to do an investigation and reach a conclusion that yes, the team is guilty. So, same way, even over here, during the investigation, the partner or the employee of the LLP is giving useful information to that authority, court or tribunal, about fraud or wrongdoing happening in the LLP. With that information only, the court or tribunal is able to convict either the LLP or the partner or the employee for the wrongdoing or for the fraud, as the case may be. Understanding? So once again, the partner or the employee of the LLP is acting as an insider over here. He is being the whistleblower, he is being the insider who is going to an authority, which is court or tribunal, and giving them useful information during an investigation, useful information about whom? About the fraud or the wrongdoing happening in the LLP. With that useful information only, that court or the tribunal is able to pass an order convicting either the LLP or the partner or the employee. So when this happens, this partner or employee, this whistleblower, his punishment, his penalty will be reduced or waived, and also the LLP shall not discharge him, demote him, suspend him, threaten him, or harass him just because he gave this information. Understanding? Now come on, read the whole thing one last time together with me. The court or tribunal may reduce or waive the penalty against a partner or employee of the LLP if it is satisfied that he has provided useful information during investigation. The information leads to LLP partner or employee being convicted. Then the partner or employee, that partner or the employee who is a whistleblower, he shall not be discharged, demoted, suspended, threatened, or harassed because of his providing information. Same thing, guys, that we learned in the cricket example, exactly the same thing.